Today, I just want to say a couple of things that the program is called Talking Voices. And I always have this on at 3 o'clock every Saturdays. And I have friends on. I don't have guests. I have friends on. And also I do Five Alive. So today I should be up for Five Alive today. Last week I couldn't get onto Five Alive because I lost my sound and I couldn't get it back. So I was going through a little bit of a struggle trying to get sound up last Saturday for Five Alive. And that didn't work out. I found it pretty difficult. Today, I was going to have my friend on here, Darren Sessions, and I just got a text from him that he's having some internet problems, and he's been trying to get it going since around about 2:30. So, but anyway, I can still talk to you a little bit about Darren, what Darren Sessions does. He has a diversified background in investment management, and he's joined Campbell Lee and Ross Investment Management as a partner and portfolio manager. Now, Darren is from New Zealand. He's a Kiwi guy. He was born and raised in Lower Hutt. Spent some time in Napier as a child. And as you can see, I've got the picture of Darren up there. So let me just remove the Maori Chair TV. And yeah, I've known Darren for quite some time myself. He's a pretty cool guy. So yeah. And like I said, Darren was born and raised in Lower Hutt, spent some time in Napier as a child. He went to school down in Lower Hutt at Nene College, Victoria, and he also studied at Massey University in New Zealand. Now, everybody knows Massey University. That's a pretty big university in New Zealand, you know. It's, then he went over to Taiwan, so he studied in Taiwan too, as well. I think he was over there for a few years. He studied. He speaks Mandarin. He can speak Mandarin, but he also met his wife there in Taiwan. And Darren has he's got an MBA in finance and School of Business. He studied here in University of Toronto. He lives in Toronto right now, and he holds a CPA accounting for accounting. So Darren's pretty he's pretty knowledgeable on a lot of things that he does here. So it's very, very interesting to listen and see what what he has done. It's pretty amazing, that I find that a guy from New Zealand has done very well. He's come overseas, and he's done very well. So I'm pretty it's pretty excited to have him on. So, and Darren, like I said, was born in Wellington, New Zealand, where he graduated with a BA in political science from Victoria University, and he also has a diploma in international business, like I said earlier, from Massey University, an MBA from York University, and holds a CPA accounting designation. And as I mentioned earlier too, that he lived in Taipei in Taiwan for several years before moving to Canada. So I'm going to bring him up. He's on now. I can see him. So I'm going to bring him up on the screen here, and I'll just give him a couple of minutes here, and he'll be up. There he is. Hey, Darren.
How you doing, Dino? How you doing, Dino?
Buddy?
Good.
Welcome to Maori Chair TV, and welcome to the program. It's called Talking Voices. It's great to have you on, my friend.
Good to be on. Good to see you again, Dino.
Yeah. Thanks very much for coming on, by the way. And as you know, I don't have guests on my shows. I always have friends, and of course, you're a good friend of mine, and I really appreciate you coming on. So Darren, I was just going over a few things, mentioning that you were born and raised in Lower Hutt. You spent some time in Napier as a child. You grew up in Wellington. So if you want to fill me in with a little bit more, maybe I've missed a few things that maybe you can tell me a little bit, or tell the audience here a little bit about the background, or your background a bit.
Yeah. So the family is originally from Lower Hutt. We also spent time in Napier, and obviously 4 kids, 2 parents, tons of cousins.
Yes.
Played for Tony. Went to Nino College. Then to Vic, to Massey, and then overseas. So strong links to the old country. Go back often as I can. Would like to be back there now, particularly during COVID. But
totally agree. So listen, what made you go over to Taiwan?
Oh, that was pretty simple. After we graduated, there was virtually no jobs. And so it was just time. It was like after 2 degrees. The best thing I could do was be a painter. And I was like, I had a few guys working with me, but I was like, I didn't go to university to do that.
Right.
So I went to Taiwan, got working in a trading company,
right,
Mandarin, and it was a really good experience.
Yeah, I did mention earlier there just before, and when I first came on and was reading your bio here, and I was telling everybody that you did learn Mandarin over there, but you also is that where you met your wife, right?
So my wife is Canadian, but she just happened to be ethnically Taiwanese. So
okay,
so after undergraduate, she passed her undergrad. She was in Taiwan for a year, just sort of catching up with family and things, and we met there. She came back home and did her graduate degree, and then I followed her and did another graduate degree. And obviously, we've been together really since I suppose January '98.
Oh no! Oh, January.
So, we've been together a long time. Actually, actually January '94. '94. It's been a long time. Yeah.
But you went to England for your full year, did you? And then you came back.
Yeah. So after the so I was working in venture capital. Sort of the 2000 timeframe. Everything blew up, and so I took the opportunity to go to Europe to see if there was an opportunity for work over there. Caught up with family. Did the typical Kiwi thing. I actually worked in a pub for a short period of time, but ultimately the family was back here. And we've been back ever since. So it was good.
Oh, cool, man. So when did you move to Toronto?
So I moved into Toronto in sort of January '98, January '98, and sort of largely been here ever since.
Oh, okay. And you work for a company here in Toronto, correct? The Campbell.
Just out in the suburbs of Toronto. I work out in Oakville, but I live in Toronto City proper, and have a commute. So
Oh, nice, man. Nice. Now, now you're in the investment management plus portfolio management. You do people's portfolios for them and all that too?
Yeah, so I'm a global fund manager. I do global equities and I do emerging markets for our firm. We happen to be a high net worth firm, focused firm. But it's sort of as a pedigree, everyone in the firm is effectively a corporate refugee. So my experience was with a couple of large Canadian banks managing big programs on both the private side and on the public side. And then lastly, doing a dual public-private hedge fund book for Scotiabank.
Right.
And then it just became time that for me to sort of become an entrepreneur and do it for myself rather than doing it for somebody else and making them money. So once at a firm for 5 years, that firm doubled in 5 years, the fastest growth it ever had, driven primarily by the global equities that I was doing. I was a significant owner in that, sold out my share there, and took a 9 months vacation, walking the kids to school and all those types of things, which was great. Skied a ton, and joined the new firm about just under 5 years ago, and effectively the same thing. So we have assets all over the world, and we obviously we have about 400 families that we manage.
Wow.
So it's a sizable program.
Right. So now if anybody say they wanted to start a portfolio and all that kind of stuff, now do you do that for them? And how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can put me, our website is www.clrim.com. You can check that out. And effectively what we do is, we have model portfolios, growth, balanced, and obviously a capital preservation type for older people. And people can have that. There's also some degree of customization for people they want. And it has at the moment, the portfolio is about 60 to 70% global equities, and some portfolios are 100%. And, client gives us $1, $2, $3, $5 million. Usually the minimum's $500,000, but then what we'll do is we just deploy that capital globally, and then it just becomes part of our book. So, for example, we'll buy, recently we bought a German company, $5 million worth of that, and we just buy it.
Yeah.
So, we've been doing that for a few years now, and the book's growing nicely. Good bunch of guys.
Oh, cool, man. Now, I got some pictures of you here. So let's start off with this one here. Where was this one taken?
So, being a Kiwi, we're kind of part gypsy, right? So we love to trip. And that picture there is on one of the canals in Milan.
Oh.
Just as we're going out for dinner. And, it was a great meal. In fact, it would be very good to be there tomorrow, Canadian time, for the soccer. But it was great. Food was great. As you can see, my belly, you might not see my belly is a little big there. We just had some great food. And I'm wearing the All Black hat, actually. It's not quite in the picture.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. And I got another one here of you. Oh, this one I want to show. This one here. Hang on. I saw this one and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to show everybody this one here. So this is one here with a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about that was just before the March lockdown in 2020. So that's in Savannah, Georgia, and I'm doing my best deliverance demonstration of me shooting the bow and arrow. Harder than it looks, actually, and perhaps you have some of me actually hitting the bullseye. But that was fun. Oh, there you go. And we just sort of. We're about 30, 40 feet out. And that was a great experience. The first time I've actually really spent any time with a bow and arrow. I've done it before, but it was fun. Did it with the kids, and no one got it, which was always good.
Well, you hit the bullseye there, my friend. I tell you.
Yeah, it was good. That was good.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Very good, very good, very good. So now, do you often go out and with the bow and arrow, or you go to practice, or?
Oh no, that was it was a tourist experience. So we happened to be one of the excursions that we picked up. So we were we did the Savannah, Georgia trip. We went down and saw a whole bunch of and we were staying in Hilton Head, which viewers might know that. That's a sort of a gated community with friends. Yeah. And it was a very nice experience. Ate some seafood, all the things you do when you're near the coast.
That's right. Yeah,
and the bow and arrow was just part of that.
Okay, I got another one of you. You can explain this one here.
Yeah, that's so the old guy in the middle is my dad, and then the short bald guy is my brother, my older brother, and then I'm standing in the back with a Pebble Beach golf hat on. My younger brother there with a Steelers shirt, and that's his son next to him. So that was. About Christmas time, about 4 years ago, we were just having a barbecue after, so it was good.
Oh yeah, and where was that picture taken again? Was it in New Zealand?
That was actually in Lower Hutt, yeah.
Oh, Lower Hutt, eh? Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think it was in Avalon, actually.
Oh yeah.
For those who know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Listen, I just want to say hi to a couple of people that's on. Mark.
Sure.
And then Jody. Well, Jody now has moved from, she was down in Baltimore. Now she's over in, where's Jody going to now? Jody, if you want to just key it in and all. I know she moved to where his sister is. So, yeah. So anyway, that's cool. So let's go to the next one. And, here's another nice picture.
Actually, I'm not sure.
And here's another nice picture here. This one here. All right.
Well, yeah, that was a fantastic trip. So that's actually split in Croatia. So that was probably 3 years ago. And that's looking out through the Split Harbour. Just stunning scenery. Seafood was great. Really good trip. So if anyone's thinking about going to Croatia, Dubrovnik, all along the coast, definitely recommend it. It was, the scenery is fantastic.
Well, it's funny you say that. The neighbors right here are from Croatia. Our neighbors.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to show them that, or they'll see that. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Very nice, very nice. So.
And remember, there's a very strong Croatian influence in the New Zealand wine industry.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the New Zealand Croatian influence obviously a bit stronger because the wine in Croatia is definitely not up to snuff relative to the Cuban stuff. But
no,
right
so
now.
Here's you and your wife.
Yeah, so that's Mary. So that again is us traveling. That's actually in Cuba. That would have been the March. I think that's 2019. So it's just a backdrop looking out from Cuba into the ocean. I think there's the kids playing in the background. It was
beautiful.
It was an interesting trip because Cuba was hit by an embargo when we were there.
Right.
So we kind of survived on alcohol.
That's beautiful, man. So so Mark, you have 2 children, right?
Yeah, 2.
Darren,
so
two
actually,
children.
So the oldest one's kneeling down, and the little one's in the background. That's us doing cross country skiing. So that's Charlotte on the right, Madeline on the left. And that's me in the middle.
Is that here in Canada, or is that up north?
Yeah, so it was a sort of up by the lakes. It was a cross country. Probably about an hour outside Toronto. It was near Horseshoe. It was near Horseshoe.
Right. Yeah, and it's nice up there, eh?
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty cool, yeah. So I got a picture of this one here. Let me see. I just want to show this one here. This one is what's that one there?
So that's me and the little one.
Yeah.
That's obviously Sydney Harbour. Looking across the Opera House. We took a trip. Just her and I went home to meet the grandparents. That was an interesting little trip. I think she's about. She's about 9 there. I think 10. So good trip. My sister lives in Sydney, so we went and visited her.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was part of, obviously, that was the Australian part of the New Zealand league.
Yeah. And I see here you are giving blood?
Yeah, giving blood, donating blood, giving it back. Try to do that at regular. Although we haven't done it as much under COVID, to be fair. I guess giving it back is always a good thing, right? Pay it forward. Yeah. Not 100% sure where that is. Not sure where that is. That could be in Croatia or New Zealand. Yeah. Actually, I think that's California. That's California somewhere, but I don't know where. And that's Midnight Oil. Went to that concert, showing my age, and he had the dumb Trump shirt on, telling us what we should be all thinking about Trump. And 90% of the Canadians were agreeing with that, and maybe even more.
Let me see this one here. This is one looks like you are really relaxed here, my friend. That must have been on a. Is that on the GO train, on the plane, or?
So it's on a plane. I think it was one of those commuter jets. And
oh yeah, okay.
From memory, that trip, just based on the age of my daughter, I think there was a trip to Portugal. So
right.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah, that was a nice trip. And then the bottom one there is me with the margarita in Mexico. One trip as well. That was just a short trip. It was sort of a 5-day trip. We just went down and
nice.
yeah, just had had some good Mexican food. It was great.
Pretty cool. Now, I did see a picture here of this guy.
Oh, this guy, yeah. Wow. Whenever you see one of those, you've got to grab it.
That's right. Yeah.
That's who we are, right?
That's right. Because look at this, man. I think that was pretty cool there. Look at that team. Where was that? Australia? Were they playing Australia?
So that was a screen grab. That was when they won the champs just recently. So the Test series. So that's Kane and Ross Taylor, and I think Ross Taylor just hit the winning run, and it was over. And typical Williamson fashion is just sort of give him a high five and just carried on. Very understated kind of guy, very Kiwi in many respects. So that was good. So at some point I'll probably get that framed up and put that on my office wall, because I think that's a lovely shot. I don't actually know who took it, but grabbed it off
man. That's really cool. Listen, I just wanted to say hi to Graham. Graham's watching the show. He said, "Great show, guys. I have to go. And we'll catch the rest later." And my friend Doug from down in Doug is down in Windsor. So, hey, Doug, thanks, man.
Hey, guys.
Cheers. Yeah. And of course, yes, folks, I'm with Darren Systems here. So just finding out a little bit about Darren, what he has done, and he's a Kiwi boy from Wellington. He's moved over here abroad. Kiwis living abroad. He lives here in Toronto. And we were just talking a little bit about his journey and his experiences of coming over here to Toronto. So I've seen this book before.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just reading that as obviously for work. So I spend a lot of time in the markets, and this is just a book that talks about how people get a little overexcited in the markets and things tend to go a little higher than they should. The famous term is irrational exuberance by Greenspan. But there was a book on that. Yeah, I think, to be fair, it was probably 200 pages longer than it needed to be. But it was worth it, for people that do what I do, it was a worthwhile read.
That's right. Yeah. Because I have seen that somewhere, but I can't remember. I know I've seen that book.
Oh, it's a famous book. It's been that's about the 8th edition. It's about the 8th edition.
Really?
It's written in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. So and I got another picture of you here, and I think this one is with. Let me just check it and pull it up here, my friend. Where is it here? No, got that one. Got that one. There we go. That's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in Amsterdam. June 2019. We went over there, and sort of a late day. We're just getting ready to go for dinner. Actually, to I think it's a 2 Michelin star restaurant from memory. And it was vegetarian, so it was quite interesting. So we just sort of taken a shot. I think one of the kids has taken their shot. You can see the shadows, and on the left there, on the right there is that's just more in Mexico. So clearly lovely beaches. Yeah, great, really, really, really lovely beaches.
Yeah, no, nice, man, really nice. I haven't been down there for it's been a long time, and I haven't been to Mexico, but. So how long now have you been here in Toronto?
I'd say, by the sort of the 1 year trip to the UK or thereabouts, really largely since 1998.
Right.
So,
when was the last time you went home?
Probably 4 years ago for Christmas.
Okay.
The plan was to go home last June.
Yeah.
So, like many people, we have the Air New Zealand credit, and we'll have to use that at some point.
Yeah.
But as soon as we're allowed, we'll be back on the plane going over. Ideally, go for Christmas, but I think it's going to be Christmas the following year.
Yeah, I think so too. As soon as I find out what's going on here too. So, I know our good friend is coming back from New Zealand. He should be back here by the 15th.
On the 15th, isn't he?
Yeah, Mr. Martin.
You're talking Marty?
Yeah, Martin Skimming, the owner of Hemingway's here, our favorite hot spot in Toronto, the Kiwi Bar. You know, we've hung out there many times and you know, talked up a storm down there and had a few glasses of you know, ice and water. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
so,
whatever.
so yeah, so we're looking forward. I haven't seen Marty for a while, so looking forward to seeing him back. And I have him on the show coming up on July the 31st. So I have Martin.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to tune in.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good because Martin's got a lot to talk about there too. So yeah, so Darren, this is great, man. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on and, you know, sharing your experience and your you know, what you've done since you've been over here, and I'm sure you're looking forward to going home and, you know, sharing your experience at home, and, you know, and taking the family home and the kids, you know, so
yeah,
and introducing them to the culture back home. Well, I'm sure you've already done that. You know, I'm sure that they've already done that, right? They, you know, they know a little bit about the culture back home and everything. So,
oh, for sure. You know, they know who Richie Kaporha is. They know who Richie Kaporha is. You know, they know they've got when the All Blacks are playing. Yeah,
that's right. All the
important stuff, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, man. So no, I appreciate it, and, you know, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on. You know, it's been awesome having you on, Darren. I'm telling you, man, it's great. And like I said, I do have only friends that come on here. I don't have guests. They're all my friends, you know. But I just want to do just a quick reminder to everybody that's watching on that at 5 o'clock today, which I do every 5 o'clock, I have what they call 5 Alive. I sing 5 songs every Friday at 5 o'clock. But today there's going to be a double bonus today. I think I'm going to be doing 5, 6, maybe even 7 songs today. So it's a double bonus. You know, it's a nice day. It's a fun day, and so yeah. So I just want to thank you again, Darren, for coming on, my buddy. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm sure we'll be seeing each other or in touch somewhere along the line.
Oh, I'm sure down here at some point. Take care, man.
Thanks very much, Darren. Okay, folks. Just a reminder that at 5 Alive will be up here at 5 Alive on Maori Chair TV. So I'll be seeing everybody around then at 5 Alive. Kia ora!